In 2023, the number of people experiencing homelessness in Los Angeles County was estimated to be 75,000. That number remains the same, just a little bit over that actually. And 45,000 of that within the city of Los Angeles, which for context is larger than the student body size of USC or UCLA. Picture that for a moment. Los Angeles officially has the second largest now homeless population in the United States, just behind New York City. As of 2023, California alone accounted for now 30% of all homeless in America. And although that number has shifted for California, the overall number for our country has not shifted. The problem continues to increase. It's an issue that greatly affects us because those people that we're talking about, it's not just a them or they, it's our community's brothers and sisters, our community's mothers and fathers and sons and daughters. If you think about it from that perspective, each person out there was somebody's baby. However, as a partner of our community, representing every zip code in California, furthermore every zip code in this country, the Salvation Army has been entrenched in efforts to help those in the most need in our communities. Spanning across communities throughout LA County, Orange County, Inland Empire, San Diego County, and all the way up to the southern end of the Central Coast. The Salvation Army, and I'm proud to say this, fills over 3,000 beds per night, serves over 10,000 meals daily. So our strategy for addressing homelessness in the communities is it's a complex and multifaceted process that involves engaging in many different ways, whether that be physical, emotional, social, or spiritual. We see these individuals, we see these families who've experienced trauma and hardship, whether through social intervention, counseling, education, or community support. Our approach is critical to helping individuals overcome adversity so that they can live fulfilling and meaningful lives. That's what we want for our neighbors in need. So I want to take a moment to tell you how that happens. First, we meet the need of people in their time of crisis. I can't stress that enough. We have volunteered to stand forward and meet people right in their time of crisis, understanding that for many, we are engaging them on the worst day. So one of our key components to addressing their immediate needs is to provide our neighbors in the struggle with access to basic human needs. Things such as food and shelter, clothing, and access to many of the things that maybe you and I would take for granted each day. We do this understanding that we won't be given the gift of access into their lives to address the transformative aspects of this process if we don't first build trust with folks in their time of crisis. For a lot of different organizations, people will meet someone and we specialize in housing, or we specialize in this other aspect, or the counseling. But with the Salvation Army, we see people from the first day that they stood up and said, I need help, until the moment where they come back and say, my kids and I have a place, we're feeling solid and secure, and maybe even a generation later, somebody says, you helped my family when, and now we're doing great. But we started that first day, and we're still walking with them today, and I think that makes it unique in the experience of what we have, the gift of access that we're allowed. Just 2 days ago, I was walking through our operation at San Bernardino, where we discussed the process in which our unhoused neighbors in need, can have access to something like a shower. A shower. Think about that for a moment. Imagine you didn't have access to a shower. They have access to food. And then they have access to a place of respite. And the leader there pointed out a grab-and-go area where food is put out in kind of easy-to-carry bundles for anybody who needs it. They can just walk in, grab it, and go if they want. And the comment that accompanied that part of the walkthrough was, no one goes hungry here. No one goes hungry here. 5 nights a week off of Hollywood Boulevard and the 101, the Salvation Army, in conjunction with community partners, provides meal and hygiene kits and other supplies, meeting those immediate needs. And it's at this moment that the transformation really begins. It's done through intensive case management and workforce development and life skills classes and housing assistance, and the list goes on. Whether through our interim housing for addiction and recovery services at Hope Harbor in LA, or providing a way forward for women who have been trafficked at our undisclosed location in Orange County. We have committed ourselves to ensuring that we address our community's context beyond just the immediate needs. We want to address the immediate needs, but we cannot leave them there. If I feed somebody today who's hungry, but I do nothing to help them how to provide a meal for themselves tomorrow, I don't know that we've done a whole lot. We honor the privilege of reminding people of what it feels like to have a roof over their heads. That's seen in our newest permanent supportive housing unit for 64 individuals in Pasadena. We walk hand in hand with many as they learn how to re-enter the workforce, as seen in our Homeless to Work program in Riverside and its surrounding communities. And then our CIS program, which I am gaining more and more love for daily. Found in various regions of Southern California, provides case management, transportation to medical and mental health appointments, assistance with procuring documents necessary for transition from homelessness to house. There you'll find counseling assistance with job and housing search, applying for VA benefits and public benefits and financial and credit counseling and other services for those who put their lives on the line for us so that we would have our freedoms. Serving our veterans. These programs give our veterans opportunities to gain insight into perceived pitfalls, while at the same time helping them gain self-respect, helping them develop moral and spiritual principles of conduct and healthy work ethics, all of which will enable them to instill purpose and meaning into their lives. That's hope. That's inspiring stuff. And these programs not only provide shelter and the nutritional elements of a balanced meal, but they also provide emotional nourishment that comes from personal interaction and even a friendly smile. Finally, as a major part of our strategy, we seek to address homelessness. As we seek to address homelessness is to bring life skills classes to every location that bears the Salvation Army shield. As the old adage goes, I don't just want to give away a fish. I want to teach them how to fish. These life skills classes would include structuring a resume, preparing for a job interview, financial wellness, or structuring personal or family budgets, even culinary classes that would teach our neighbors in need how to make healthy meals from food they got in our food pantries. Our goal is to remind people of their dignity. We don't provide them with dignity. God already did that. But we have the privilege of reminding them of their dignity. We have the privilege of meeting them in their time of crisis. We have the privilege of walking alongside of them as they identify circumstances of their need. But most importantly, we work alongside of them and we walk alongside of them as they discover the way forward to sustainability. We restore hope. We get to transform lives. And as the coffee mug on my desk proudly proclaims, can you believe we get to do this? Thank you for giving me a moment to share.